Welcome back to Petflix. I'm Tricia Plovey with Canine Companions Rescue Center and the host of Petflix. Canine Companions Rescue Center is a nonprofit 501c3 corporation founded in 2004 for the purpose of working with the community and area animal control agencies to promote the adoption of dogs without families. It is our goal to rescue dogs with good family potential, and if our adopters and our dogs are both happier after the match, then we've done our job. Our special guest this week is Carrie Jackson. She is a Canine Companions Rescue Center volunteer, and we like to call her the puppy extraordinaire because she fosters litters of puppies for us on a regular basis. So welcome to the show. We really appreciate you being on.
Thank you.
And I see you brought one of your little babies with you.
Yes, this is Helga. This is my most recent litter that went home actually this weekend. This was my Nightmare Before Christmas litter. We go with some interesting themes. And actually went out with Detroit Pit Crew about 3 weeks ago and rescued her mom and her 9 siblings from under an abandoned house in Detroit.
Unreal. Who would abandon these little cutie pies?
Right?
Unreal. So when you get litters of puppies in, obviously if the mom's with them, you'll take the mom and the puppies with you.
Correct. If the mom is available, we will always take the mom.
Mm-hmm.
We have had situations where we have let the owners keep the mom, but we have fixed the mom and gotten their vaccinations for them as well.
Okay. To help them out. So
correct. To prevent future litters
of puppies.
Exactly.
Okay. And tell us a little bit about what it's like as a volunteer to take care of puppies, just in case there are other interested people out there that would like to volunteer to foster litters of puppies.
Absolutely. So the thing is that a lot of people think that, oh, that many puppies, it's a lot of work. But honestly, it's really not that bad. When you take in a pregnant mom or a mom that has a litter that's recently born, for the first, I'd say 5 to 6 weeks, mom is the one that's feeding them. She's the one that's cleaning up after them. So, the only cleaning you really have to do is if mom makes a mess. And typically mom can go outside, so that's usually not too much of an issue. We have found that a kiddie pool with blankets works really well. Mm-hmm. And my husband actually just made us a whelping box out of pallets because we did see that. That just helps when they get a little bit older. We can keep them in there a little bit longer, but it's really not that difficult. Right around 5 or 6 weeks, they start eating regular food. Mom starts getting tired of feeding them and doesn't really want to be around them much anymore and can get a little snippy. So at that point, usually the mom will go to a different foster. And then at that point, it is a matter of changing papers a lot and cleaning up after them. But honestly, it's really not any different to have 2 or 3 puppies as it is to have a litter of 10. You're doing the same thing. They pretty much interact and keep each other busy. So if you can just have a designated area for them, which is what we have, it's actually very easy to foster moms and puppies.
Okay. And how long have you been volunteering with Canine Companions Rescue Center?
I adopted a blind pit bull from them almost 8 years ago, and I started out just going to their adoption events and holding dogs. My daughter needed volunteer hours for school, and I continued on. I started doing events, and then eventually I started fostering. So been with the organization almost 8 years now.
Okay. Wow, that is a long time.
Right.
And how long have you been the puppy extraordinaire?
Well, I would say I've been doing puppies for longer, but this is my second full year of doing moms and pups. 2 years ago, November, a friend of my daughter's, somebody they knew had a pregnant dog that they were threatening to throw out into the cold. So I had asked the rescue if I could take her in, and she had her puppies with us, and I raised that litter until it was time for them to go home. And then after that, it pretty much continued on with full litters and moms, either pregnant or, with newborns.
And so why has it become your specialty? Like, what about that versus just fostering a single dog?
Well, I have 3 females who are all alphas and dog selective, as I like to say.
Okay.
They're not really friendly with other adult dogs, but we had a setup where in our room there's a back door. So we have a portion of our room gated off, and we can let mom in and out the back. And they never have to interact with my dogs, and so it just works out great. We never have to intermingle our own pets with the moms and the babies. So
nice.
Yeah.
So then you don't have to put your dogs in a situation that they don't want to be in or might not react well to.
Exactly. And I know a lot of people are concerned about that because, some people do have dogs that don't, handle other dogs coming into their home well. And fostering does not mean that you have to, socialize them with your own pets.
Yeah.
You can actually, do it without that, which is why we do that. I just like doing the puppies too. I like to see them grow up and then see the great homes. I know everyone says, how can you, let all these puppies, go? And I had 3 dogs, and I, really can't handle more than that.
Right.
So seeing them go to good homes, seeing these families so excited, talking to them and, seeing their follow-up photos and what great lives they have, compared to where they came from, makes it all worth it.
It's got to be extremely rewarding for sure.
It is.
Excellent. Any tips for our viewers on when they get a new puppy home?
Well, one of the biggest things that I tell people that are taking them, these puppies are paper trained typically, so letting them have like a bigger crate maybe with paper on one end and sleeping on another until you can let them out. Always, I recommend that you crate them or that you have them in a separate room whenever you're not there to watch them. These are puppies. They are going to explore. They are going to get into things. They're going to chew on things. So, it's really your responsibility to ensure their safety. I know a lot of people feel like crating is a bad thing, but honestly, it's a security place for them. And if they learn at a young age that, that's their secure place to go, a lot of them will just go into there naturally. There are some that don't really like it, and so then, like I say, if you can, put them in a room, like a laundry room or somewhere, but don't just give them free rein of the house. I know, eventually you may want to just let them have free rein of the house. My dogs do, but when they're this little, they don't know, and it's really for their safety. Another huge thing is you'll notice that she has a collar on. Her new owners purchased that for her on adoption day. I'm babysitting for a few days. Always, always, always take their collars off whenever you're putting a puppy into a crate. Unfortunately, there have been puppies that have caught themselves on the crates with their collars. Didn't know that. The other thing is I will stop people in a store because I didn't know this myself, but until they are fully vaccinated, they have had all of their DHPPs, never take them anywhere public. Don't put them down in the pet store. Don't take them to the dog park. Anywhere. Don't walk them down your neighborhood street until they've had all their vaccinations for their safety, because you just don't know who's been there before you and what they may be carrying around.
That's a great tip, and I didn't know that until I started working with Canine Companions Rescue Center too.
Right.
So, excellent. Well, thank you so much. We appreciate all you do for CCRC.
You're very welcome.
You are the puppy queen, and and this little girl is so gorgeous and lucky to have you as her foster mom. So thank you.
You're very welcome.
Our pet tip of the week with Halloween fast approaching is the candy bowl is for trick-or-treaters, not for Scruffy and Fluffy, your pets. Several popular Halloween treats are toxic to pets. Chocolate in all forms, but especially dark or baking chocolate, can be very dangerous for cats and dogs. And sugar-free candies containing the artificial sweetener xylitol can cause serious problems in pets. I learned this firsthand with my pug, who ate a whole bag of chocolate chips that one of my children accidentally left out on the coffee table, and she had to be rushed to emergency care. Luckily, she made it, but $1,000 later and a very unhappy and very sick pug later, we learned that lesson well. So watch your candy around your pets, and that's our tip of the week. And then we also have an update on our featured dog of last episode, which was Nippy. And Nippy, if you recall, was the Dachshund mix, and she did get adopted. She went to a wonderful family who are so excited to have her. We have several upcoming events. Our 2018 calendars are finished. I know I've talked about this in a couple episodes, but they're flying off the shelf. It features over 140 adorable dog photos throughout the calendar. And for more information on our calendars, you can reach us at ccrcdogs.com. We have another event coming up at the end of October. So October 29th, CCRC Canine Companions Rescue Center is partnering with Detroit Pit Crew for an event from 1 to 6 p.m. at Tipsy's in Warren. And you can get a picture taken with your dog. Costumes are definitely encouraged with it being so close to Halloween. And then Canine Companions Rescue Center is always at Petco every Sunday from 12 to 4. If you want to come in and just pet the dogs and give them some lovin', if you want to learn more about the dogs that we have up for adoption, we'd love for you to join us at Petco every Sunday from 12 to 4. And then our final event that we have coming up is Merlot for Mutts. So that is November 15th from 6 to 9 p.m. at Fieldstone Winery in Rochester. You'll have an opportunity to paint wine glasses, mingle with each other, drink some great wine, and it's all for a great cause with Canine Companions Rescue Center. Thank you so much for tuning in to Petflix today. We appreciate you and hope that you will tune in for the next time to hear other exciting events, pet tips, and of course our pet of the week. Have a great week.